Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for being my guest. I know you in Scotech for a year, and you are an intelligent student. You are a hardworking student. So this is a great honor
Thank
for me,
you.
for you to share your knowledge and your experience to me, and also my audience in my YouTube channels. So okay,
It's an honor. It's an honor to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
thank you. Okay, let's start our interview. So first question, could you introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So my name is Sulav Ghimire. I'm from Kathmandu, Nepal. It's the capital city in Nepal. I did my undergraduate in electrical engineering, where I studied a lot of protective equipment, the measurement, data acquisition, data recording, a lot of things related to power systems. And after that, I worked a little bit in my own startup company for the design of electric vehicles charging system. And then later I joined another university as an assistant lecturer, and I started teaching there. And after that I joined Skoltech for masters in energy systems. And it has been 1 year, I don't know, 15 months maybe, since I started studying at Skoltech with Paul, of course. And it has been a great experience at Skoltech, I must say.
Okay, thank you. So the next question is, how is your life in Scotech, both before the COVID situation and here now in COVID pandemic?
Okay, so I might take a little long on this. So
Oh,
before
no
the
problem.
COVID situation, uh, because of the visa issue, I missed the innovation workshop, which my friends tell like it's a very good workshop, and it's a really great experience. But after that, I joined from Tom 1B, where I had taken two courses, which were like really amazing. This experimental data processing from a space science department. It was a really great course for me, and I think it is a really good course for energy engineers who want to work on mathematical applications, and on the mathematical topics of energy systems or electrical power systems. And there was this mathematics course which was really great. I think Paul was with me in that course, right? So
Yeah.
it was also really great. Uh, but these two courses, they were almost basic for me because I already had a lot of knowledge in that area, so I didn't have to work really hard in that. But after that, we had this fundamentals of power system, which had a lot of things related to the optimal operation of electrical power systems, and especially the state estimation in electrical power systems, which was totally new to me, even though I studied power systems. And I had to work a little harder on that. And there was this another course, energy systems physics and engineering, which was basically physics and thermodynamics. And it was not very difficult to understand, but it was really, really demanding, and I had to work very, very hard to do good in that course. And after that, in the subsequent terms, I selected some courses based on what I needed to learn. And in some of the courses I had to work really, really hard. Like I would get only 2-3 hours of sleep in a day. I mean, it was really hard work, but it all paid off. Like it all was worth it. I learned a lot. So I would like to say, like before COVID, it was a little bit easier because you could go and meet your professors, you could talk to them, you could talk to your friends. Like you can discuss with them how to solve homework, how to solve particular problems. You can discuss with your friends how some of the things that you learned, how well they have understood. And well, usually people understand the same thing in a different way. Paul understands state estimation in one way. I understand it in another way. It all depends on what kind of background we have had, right? So discussion would be really helpful and really great in the offline mode. But when we started online, I think at the end of term three, right? At the end of term three, so I
Yes.
had one strictly mathematical data science course. It was about mathematical modeling of stochastic processes, and Paul was with me there as well. I would say like that was the most difficult course I've ever done in Scultec, right? But I worked really hard on it. I had to work really hard in it, uh, and especially since it was online, it was difficult in a sense that I could not meet my friends, my classmates, and then discuss with them how certain things behave, so how some stochastic processes behave, and how do we model them mathematically. It was a little difficult. And in another sense that it was online, so we could talk to our professors anytime by telegram or by Skype or Zoom. And the TAs as well, they were also helpful. You can contact them anytime. So it was good in the sense that the people were accessible easier in the offline mode, but it was not that good in a sense that when it was the online mode, we could not get that person to person rigorous discussions. We could not get that going in any online mode. So I would say Scultec, studying at Scultec from my perspective, it has changed a lot because of this online and offline mode. But right now, we are trying to adapt to it, and we have almost adapted to it. And I think it couldn't get any better than this, because you can contact anybody, anytime, anywhere, and you can have a discussion with them. Like if somebody has a 15 minutes window, you can discuss with them. But in offline mode, if somebody has 15 minutes window, you will take like 10 minutes to go to their office, and you will waste 10 minutes. So
Yes, and it save our time to travel. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they both have their good and their not so good sides, I'd say.
Okay. So thank you. So the next question is, could you share your learning technique for our audience, please? In maybe in when
Uh,
you are in Nepal and also in Scotland, maybe your learning techniques are different. But could you share to our audience, please?
okay. Okay. During my undergraduate, I read a lot. I read a lot of books. You can see, like these
I
are
see.
all
I see.
electrical engineering books. Some of them are physics books because I'm really interested in physics, and I have a few chemistry books because I really love organic chemistry. I still study organic chemistry. I really love it. So I used to read a lot. I mean, I didn't care about exams that much. I wouldn't study during exams, but apart from that, during other times, I used to read a lot. I used to read different books. I used to read journals, the research papers, and I used to discuss with my professors. I remember one of my professor, his name is Dr. Misra. He was really helpful to me. And I mean, I was in second year of my undergraduate, and he taught me one course. And after that, we started having this small sessions of discussion, like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours sometimes, of discussion in his office. And we used to talk about some things I didn't understand, and we used to have really good discussions. And I think that helped me a lot. That really helped me. So during my undergraduate, it's the undergraduate course is actually a basic course. You need to learn from a wide range of areas, and then you just build your pyramid and go towards one specialization, right?
Mhm.
So you don't get to that specialization during the undergraduate, but you just build the best, right? So that's what I did during my undergraduate. I read a lot from different areas, and I tried to learn a lot. And my professor, Dr. Misra, he taught me, he told me how to learn, how to study, and these things. So I would say during undergraduate, what you have to do is read a lot, like try to read a lot, try to write a lot, write equations, get familiar with calculus, get familiar with algebra. I mean, a lot of students struggle with algebra, even though it's very simple thing. It happens. I mean, even the good ones struggle with algebra. It's normal, but all you have to do is like practice a little bit more and then adapt to it. But master's degree, I mean, postgraduate, it's entirely different. I'd say it's very very different. When I got to Skoltech, the study method was entirely different. I had to work uh, hard for the entire term, the entire semester, and it was different in the sense that we were required to do project works for each of the subjects, and the homeworks were like really really demanding. You need to know a lot to solve those homeworks properly, and if you didn't solve those homeworks, you wouldn't learn anything from the course. So you have to you get a sense that okay, I have to learn this and I have to solve this. If I don't do that, I will not learn anything from this course. So I would say like how I would study. I would just try to solve as many problems as possible. Try to read as much as possible, and try to discuss with other people as much as possible. Those are the three key things that I'd say: read a lot, practice a lot, and then discuss a lot.
Wow, great. Thank you. So read a lot, practice a lot, and discuss with people a lot. Okay, thank you. This is a
Yeah,
great
exactly. I mean,
suggestion.
it's not just that you, yeah, not just that you discuss with your professor. You have to discuss with your friends because
Uh-huh.
they understand things differently. Professor tells you what he understands. That's just one perspective, right? You have your own perspective, second perspective, and you have lots of friends, lots of classmates. They have various different ways of understanding the same thing. So you need that too in order to like build your knowledge, in order to build your ability. That's really necessary, I'd say.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go to the next question. This question is about your country, your Nepal. Could you share or tell about Nepal? How the Nepal cultures or landmark or touring place or anything you want to share about Nepal?
Yeah. There's this one saying, I think it's a Roman saying, like there's no place like home, right? Everybody loves their country. I mean, their country is the best country in the world, right? For everyone. That's the same with me about Nepal. I mean, I feel Nepal is like the best place in the world. It's talking about the climate. Nepal has a very diverse climate. So we are like this rectangular country like this. So
Mhm.
we are slanted like this. And in the southern region, in these southern region, it's usually very hot during the summer, and a little bit cold during the winter, but not very cold. And in the hilly region, it's almost moderate during summer, and even during winter, it's not very cold. Uh, right now, I'm in Kathmandu, which lies somewhere around here in the middle zone, right? And the temperature, lowest temperature it goes over here is like 0 degrees. That's all. It never goes below zero. It never snows in Kathmandu. I'm 25 years old and I've only seen snow in my home 2 times. So it rarely snows over here. It's not very cold. But if you go to the mountainous region, like where the Mount Everest is, where the tall mountains are, it is very cold and very very harsh climate during the winter. But during the summer, it's not very cold. Like the mornings and the evenings are a little cooler, but during the day it's warm. It's really warm. And the climate is diverse, but it's really nice in Nepal. About the natural resources, we have like lots of big lakes. We have lots of big mountains. As everybody knows, like Nepal is the country of mountains, and we have lots of great sceneries. So it's a really really nice place to visit. You can come here for like mountain climbing, just trekking. We have lots of really nice trekking routes, and we have I don't know, 7 or 8 World Heritage sites inside Kathmandu, only inside Kathmandu. Kathmandu is a very small place in Nepal. And we have 7 or 8 UNESCO World Heritage sites in Kathmandu. So that means like we are really rich in culture, and these resources as well. Uh, Basically, we have like 85% of Hindu people in Nepal, and like 10-12% of Buddhist, and the rest are Muslim, a little bit Christians, and so on. And we have some other local sub religions, like they are not. It's not like they're not Hindu, but they follow some section of Hinduism. So we have those kind of religions as well. So we are culturally very diverse, and we have lots of languages. I don't know, maybe 200-300 languages, maybe more than that. I don't remember correctly. We have lots of languages, but almost all people speak Nepali, and a lot of people in the city area, they speak English as well. So if you come to Nepal, you will not have any problem if you speak English. Like lots of people understand English, and uh, yeah, it's a really nice place to visit. It's a really nice place to live, and yeah, that's all I think.
Okay, thank you. So this is all of my question. But before we end this meeting, do you have more suggestion for new student who want to study in electrical engineering or in energy system, or even the student who are studying in electrical engineering right now? Do you have any suggestion?
uh, okay, based on what I have seen from my colleagues and my friends. So the people who join energy systems, they I think they joined it thinking that energy systems is more, I'm sorry, it's more like some sort of economics and energy systems related course, but it's in Skoltech it can be anything. We don't have specific economics courses, but we have some courses that deal with energy economics, such as this power markets and regulation course, right? It dealt a lot with energy economics, planning and operation as well. So it was that kind of course. We have very diverse variety of course at Skoltech, so you can choose from anything. So it depends on where you want to be. If you want to be like a very good power systems engineer, electrical energy systems engineer, then I would suggest like just read a lot of books that are related to that area. Just try to learn what components there are in the power systems. A lot of my colleagues, they don't know what synchrophaser is. Like it's necessary to know what they are and how they behave, at least briefly, before you go to energy systems, because that would help you a lot. Not that the professors won't explain that to you, but it will help you a lot if you have some pre-knowledge. So I would suggest like just try to grab as much knowledge as possible from the area that surrounds energy systems. Don't just think that energy systems is just about electrical engineering, or it's just about energy systems planning, it's just about energy economics or something. It's not. It's a broad area, and you have to know a little bit of everything. You have to be a jack of all. You see. So I would suggest you to like read a lot. I can even put a few links for recommended readings, a few books in your video description if you want. I would suggest like try to read a lot, discuss a lot, and try to practice a lot. That's what I would suggest.
Okay, thank you. So
You're
I'm not
welcome.
sure that our audience would like to see the the paper or the books, but that is might be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really all my question, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your learning technique for us. So yes,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much
okay,
for inviting me.
okay. So thank you. So I will end this video. Okay,
Okay, namaste.
okay. Namaste. So have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.